Hey yo, this is Fonz,
Quan?
and welcome to another show. We're glad that you decided to tune in with us. Do us a favor. First, like, share, subscribe, because that's going to help us out. For real. That's really going to help us out. Also, if you're on Facebook or whatever, go to the Porch Sports Podcast War Room where we got all types of updates. I mean, even because football season is basically officially on us.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of trash talk.
There'll be a lot of trash talk. So y'all need to make sure y'all follow.
So y'all just follow us and everything. And without further ado, kick that theme music. All right, what's good, man?
What's goody?
Man, we are back. Been a long time coming, my brother.
It's been a long while.
But you know what I got to say? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's football is back.
Thankfully.
Thankfully. We went from we went from the second Sunday in February all the way to last week. That was a long summer, I assure you.
I'm glad it's over.
Yeah.
Dry.
It's been dry around here like old cootie cap. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the topic. So, in the spirit of football season, in the spirit of tradition on this platform, we're gonna go ahead and do a quick season preview based on our opinions. It's our opinion. All right, here we go. So, if you don't mind, let's start with a complicated division. Off camera, we kind of debated a little bit about that, and I questioned a few of my sources. But let's talk about the NFC East for a hot second. Let me give you some background. So James, shout out to James, man.
Yeah.
I want to say it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. Him and I were going back and forth in Messenger. And he sent me his predictions for his Giants. James, and that's my guy. You know, I haven't met him like in person, but day one, all day, all of that jazz. My man said his Giants is going to take that division. And I kind of agreed with him that day. Until I actually took a little deep dive into it.
Yeah.
And this is the thing I told him. And if y'all want, I will post the conversation up. But if James, with your permission, I will post that conversation. I told him that Philly is the team to beat right now.
Oh yeah.
Overall in that NFC conference, because San Fran, they don't have a quarterback right now. I'm not a believer wholeheartedly in the Seahawks, even though they did squeak in. And Philadelphia, in my opinion, based on the things that I've read about Philadelphia and their coaching staff, I feel like they're going to win that division. And I feel like they're going to win 12 games.
Yep.
I feel like they're going to win 12 games. Now, next in that division, this is where I question my source. My source had them Cowboys.
I think so.
I don't know. And not the Cowboys. It's going to be the New York Giants. But the New York Giants is going to have an identical record to the Eagles. That race is going to be that tight.
Yeah.
Because those are the two best teams on paper right now in the NFC East. Followed up by the Cowboys. They're going to have a losing record. 8-9. I'm not giving. I wanted to give them 9 wins. I wanted to give them 10. But judging by what I've seen in recent history and me not being really totally sold on Mike McCarthy and the fact that they lost their offensive coordinator that had some kind of substance. I mean, I got them winning 8 games. And the Commanders, even though, Daniel Snyder, I wish we would have went on like a couple of weeks ago and kind of touched on the Daniel Snyder thing.
Yeah, they finally got rid of
they got rid of the cancer. Yeah. They've been healed and set free. The Commanders, I'm not sold on the Commanders, even though Magic Johnson, big shout out to Magic Johnson, he's one of the owners of the team. I don't have them doing much. I have them winning 7 games though.
Okay.
Based off the momentum they got for cutting out that cancer.
Okay.
Now, some background. The NFC East has not been won by the same team in consecutive years since 2004. But like time and seasons, things change.
Yes.
But be on the lookout for the football giants to spoil somebody's holiday.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think it's going to be interesting to see Dallas. No Zeke. Tony Pollard would now be well, hopefully he can be able to showcase that he's going to be every down back.
Right.
I'm not a huge believer in Dak Prescott. I don't think he's that guy to take the Cowboys to the next level. It was something that Jerry Jones had asked Jerry Jones a few questions about how he felt about his team and Dak and, him being in the league for several years now. Mm-hmm. I just don't think, after you reach that 4 or 5 year mark, if you haven't did anything, especially with the division that they are in.
Yeah, that division's tough.
Yeah, man, I don't think they're going to be much of a competitor. I do have them winning 9 games, though. I do.
Got to be by one.
Yeah, got them by one. Most of our predictions are the same with the NFC East. You got the Eagles winning 12 games. I did it as well. Mm-hmm. I got the Giants coming in at 10-7.
Ooh.
I think the Giants this year is gonna pull out some tough games. They got some tough games on the schedule.
They do.
But I think, man, they're gonna find a way to win just like they did last year.
Yeah.
I really like the work that Brian Dable did from Buffalo, former head coach or whatever.
I think it was the OC or something.
Offensive coordinator out of Buffalo. Man, he came there and turned that team around. Going from forward, I think it was 4-13 the previous year before he got there, all the way to a 9-8 season, or I think it was 8-9, something like that.
Yeah, they had a turnaround. I got to give it to them.
That's big time.
It is.
And I think this year they'll be a little bit better, maybe a game or two better. I got them coming in at 10-7. Mm-hmm. Cowboys 9-8, and I also had Commanders coming in at 7-10. So.
Yeah, we same, we're the same neighborhood, So all right, we ain't deviating too far. This is where I feel like we go to deviate though. Let's talk about the NFC South. Okay. Now, in my opinion, NFC South is about to be. You know how sometimes when games come on at 4:25, but you just take a nap.
Yeah.
And the only we in North Carolina, so. Sometimes the only teams that we can see at 4:25 is either Carolina or Dallas. So let me jump on them real quick. So the Carolina Panthers, I looked at that division from top to bottom, and on paper, in my opinion, the Carolina Panthers is probably the best team in that division, and it's not saying much. I'm just being real. But I got them with a winning record. Okay. I got them winning 9 games and winning the division. The Saints, they're going to I ain't going to say narrowly miss out because I got them only winning 8 games. They're going to put up a fight. I mean, people say the AFC North is a bloodbath. I beg to differ. Y'all need to start looking at the NFC South. Like, it gets real down there. Yeah. Atlanta, I got them going 7-10. So Atlanta, ATL, yeah. I mean, best thing that happened in Atlanta in the last 20 years was ludicrous. But anyway, and I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming in the rear. What we call them? The bottom feeders. Yeah. I got them winning 5 games.
Wow.
Now, the NFC South is trash, but it's wide open.
It is. It really is.
Carolina, like I said, Carolina could be the best of the bottom feeders in that situation. Somebody got to win that division.
Well, the crazy thing is, if you look at them last year, 3 out of 4 teams were all 7-10.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had the Panthers coming in at 10-7, winning that division.
Oh,
strictly because I like everything that the Carolina Panthers currently have on their roster.
Right.
The only question mark is Bryson Young, which he was a high overall pick. There's a lot of potential there. At least that's what we're expecting. But Miles Sanders, Adam Thielen, DJ Chark Jr., Hayden Hurst from the Bengals. Defense is still young. They still got Von Bell out there.
Right.
Got Shaq Thomas. But I think just solely off of that right now, I think they could pull out 10 games.
Yeah.
Falcons, I got them coming in second at 9-8. Strictly because I think the Falcons are going to be a team to fear. They have some additions to the defense that I like. I got them winning 9 games. And the Saints, I got the Saints winning 8 and 9. And the Bucks winning 7 out of 10. 7 and 10 coming in the rear. I just think it's going to be hard for the Bucks. I watched their preseason game, which was yesterday.
Yeah, your boys was playing against shout out to George Pickens though. That was good.
Shout out to Calvin Austin. People don't know much about
that.
Him.
Was good. That's Coach Austin's son. Yeah. That's good.
But I think it's gonna be tough for the Bucks. I like what I've seen for the first preseason game, which is really much of nothing. They played the backups.
Yeah.
So we played starters. Like Mike Tomlin, like Mike T said, if you're gonna box, you gotta spar. But I think this is going to be hard for them, man. That quarterback situation. Me and you are very familiar with Baker Mayfield. He got some receivers out there. Chris Godwin is still out there. Mike Evans, who's one of the most consistent, underrated wide receivers in the league, I think.
Highly underrated, bro.
But we know how he gets sometimes.
see, Baker is erratic. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 minute. You're like, oh, that's Baker. Yeah. And then the next minute, you're like, oh, that's Baker. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel you with that. But I totally disagree with Atlanta.
The Saints, I got them winning 8 games. They got Derek Carr out there, which is a decent type of,
it's a slight upgrade, you know.
As far as the division goes, he's the most experienced quarterback in that division. But I got the Panthers getting that division. I'm sorry.
Of course. I got them winning.
It's going to be hard fought, especially when you got to go to Superdome and play the Saints at home. I think, and Derek Carr can push out some wins.
Yeah.
He disappointed me last year when he had all that firepower and didn't do anything with it. But I think they can win 8. I just like the Falcons, though, man, coming in second, though. I think their defense is going to be great. They got a young offense out there, and I think it's just going to be a hard-fought season for all 4 teams in that division. I think it's really a toss-up division, honestly. It can go either way. But as far as them, as I look at it right now, I really think the Panthers come out of there 1 game over the Falcons.
Yeah. Now, I agree with everything you said. Like I said, I agree with everything you said. Except for Atlanta. I don't. Atlanta's quarterback situation, it puzzles me. It puzzles me, and just to go back on what you said about going to New Orleans, I can't see Atlanta going in New Orleans and winning this year, and I can't see New Orleans going. It ain't the Georgia Dome no more. I forget the name of their stadium, but I can't see the Saints going there. And losing.
Oh, okay.
So we in the same neighborhood. Like right now, you like 2 doors down, but
Well, strictly, I think their defense will be able to keep them within some games.
Yeah,
they signed Jesse Bates, who is young safety, still a lot of film we got to see on him, but he has a great potential. They got Bud Dupree, Calais Campbell. So they got some experience on that defense that can potentially keep them in some.
They got run stoppers.
They got run stoppers.
I was a little hurt that we didn't get Calais back, but I mean, to be his age and still play at a high level, big shout out to that dude. All right, let's go ahead and push along. This is the one I've been waiting on though, the NFC North. Honestly, this will probably be my favorite division this year.
I can vouch for that.
Because I have, for the first time ever. The Detroit Lions winning that division.
Yeah, people.
Yes, I'm gonna get them, and I'm gonna say something else. They're gonna win 11.
Wow.
They're gonna win 11. Minnesota is gonna narrowly come in second in that division with 11 wins.
Okay.
It's gonna be a narrow. I mean, it's gonna come down to, and I hate to say it, it's gonna come down to those tiebreakers. And honestly, it might come down to how many points each team scored against common opponents. Green Bay is about to be in a place that they've probably never been in since we can go back since the Lombardi days, the Vince Lombardi days. They about to be a bottom feeder. And they ain't gonna win number 6 games this year. Because when Aaron Rodgers left, he gutted that team.
He did.
He gutted that team. Chicago, I'm not high on them yet. I'm not high on it yet. It's like a new car that just come out.
Yeah.
And it looks nice. Great car. But then when you drive the car, you start having mechanical breakdowns. Oil start leaking. Yeah. The air conditioning go out on you. You know, but I got them winning 5 games off GP.
Wow.
They could win 2 more.
Wow.
And put Green Bay at the bottom of that division. Because I think 6 wins for Green Bay, I think that's a lot. Chicago, they're weird. You know what I'm saying? But the way the top half of that division is right now, if Chicago makes some noise, it'll be a monster of the Midway Miracle.
Well, at first, my first take on the NFC North was the Vikings were going to win the division.
Yeah.
Well, Dalvin Cookless.
Yeah. Adam Thielenless.
Adam Thielen, yeah. Just Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, whatever his name is, rookie receiver, and doggone Kirk Cousins. So in this division, I'm actually high on the Bears.
Oh.
I got the Bears winning 12 games.
You got to be kidding me.
Got the Bears winning 12 games, man. I think the best thing they did for Justin Fields was to go out and get DJ Moore. DJ Moore was used in many ways in Carolina. He even just made a highlight play as we speak. They playing the preseason game right now. But they did a trick play. Threw it to him on the outside. He ran it all the way back. I think he's going to have one of the best seasons he ever had in Chicago.
Perhaps.
Also, that's not the only thing that Chicago Bears have that I like. I forgot that they had Chase Claypool over there.
He still got him.
Yeah, they got him from us.
Hey, I won't Chase Claypool when he was wearing black and yellow.
Well, it wasn't really much that he did over there while he was over there. I will say that he's a big target.
Yeah, he's a big body receiver.
And that's one of the things that Justin Fields needed, I think, last year was some big targets that he could throw some jump balls to.
Yeah,
he ran the ball a lot, but I think this year we're going to see him step back in that pocket and throw the ball just a little bit more than what he did. I still see him running around a lot, but I think, man, with DJ Moore, with the experience that he brings, still some young guys in that group. Darnell Mooney, I'm a big fan of him as well. I think they can win. I think they can win 12 games.
That'll be the all-time turnaround.
Second, yeah, it will be. Second, I got the Lions 10-7. Lions is going to be good. I really do. But the Bears I got a feeling they may sweep the Lions. I got a feeling. But like we always say, it's a lot to be seen. But I got the Bears sweeping the Lions.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. You said what name?
I like the Bears a little bit more than I like the Lions.
You say the Bears could sweep.
I think they could sweep the Lions. And that's why I got them winning that division by 2 games.
Could
For the sake
do
of
you not understand
Lions.
how big a turnaround? The Bears had the worst record.
I know they're going to go from 3-14 to 12-5. And the Lions will go from 10 to
It's like
from 9-8.
A 9-game swing.
It is a 9-game swing. It is a big turnaround. I may be a little biased, a little big on the Bears, but I'm really excited for Justin Fields for the simple fact the guy didn't have anybody to throw to.
Yeah, I mean,
this year he got a lot of options to choose from, a lot of versatility.
They went ahead and gave it to him early.
Yeah.
So I give you that point.
I'm thinking they could pull out some games.
What, 12?
12.
And Detroit got the best defense in that division. Detroit got the best defense.
Now that's
in
not
that
to say
division.
that the Bears are gonna go on in the playoffs and beat everybody, whatever. But I think
you win the NFC North the way it's looking now.
I think like
NFC Championship or bust.
Yeah.
Like
no, I say if anything, NFC divisional round. I
want to see. Boy, if this play out, bruh.
I'm big on the Bears, man. I'm big on the Bears.
I want to see this play out.
I'm not big on is the Vikings. Like we just said, they're
over.
Kirk Cousins is going to find a way to choke. It's not enough. I mean, Dalvin Cook was important in that offense, and to me, to keep it, Kirk Cousins is a for the last 6-7 years, he's had over 3,000 to 4,000 yards passing. That's good. That's not saying that he may not do that again this year. But when you just have Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson and a young rookie receiver who has a lot of potential, offensive line isn't that great. Their defense isn't that great.
You're right about
that. Don't think they're going to win a lot of games. So that 13-4 that they had last year will be reversed to 8-9. And I got the Packers winning 7 games. I think Jordan Love will somehow give them guys 7 to 8 winning games. Their defense is still kind of intact with a few, familiar faces. It's just new quarterback. That's all. Aaron Rodgers was special to the Green Bay Packers for many, many years, and this year will sort of be like how my team was a few years ago or last year when we got rid of Ben and brought in Kenny, which we still had a winning record. I don't think Packers would have.
I don't think Packers. See, the thing about y'all is defensively, y'all built to keep the offense in games.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, you have no choice but if you can't go 8-8, you can't go 9-8. You know what I'm saying? That defense is gonna give you at least 2 by itself. You know what I'm saying? But on this one, bro, you across town now. Detroit is my dark horse NFC team.
Go for it.
You gotta understand about Detroit. This is the home of Motown. We talking to Temptation, Smokey Robinson. We talking about we do gospel. I'm the Winans, the Clark sister, Detroit. Let me tell you something. There's no more Aaron Rodgers, and the best quarterback in that division is Kirk Cousins. And that's my son can play quarterback, and he's not even born yet. To me, on paper, Detroit has the better team.
What?
To me, just going
better
by
than
what
the Bears?
In my opinion, yes. Going back what I seen from Detroit last year, Detroit got the physicality. They're scrappy, and their coach. As much as we talk trash about that coach on this podcast, I'm a fan of this guy. Like I would go play for this dude. Like real talk.
Yeah, very passionate coach.
You don't have Dalvin Cook no more. The Vikings, you can win 2 games against the Vikings. Now, where those 2 fall at, that is on them. But you can win 2 games against the Vikings because if you make it to the playoffs, you're going to have to see them again.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
The way the NFC looking, you going to see them again. You going to see
the crazy thing is, it's really no top team in the NFC.
Exactly. So
very newborn.
The NFC is so infantile.
Right,
It's wide open. But
I mean, if you look at the rosters, the current depth chart for the Lions and the Bears, I just think the Bears have a better. I think they got a better depth chart.
I think I want to see that series. I'm just saying we're gonna put a pin note in that one.
Yeah.
We had to revisit that one. Let's go out west to the NFC West now. Right. Now here's the thing. I wish I could say the 49ers winning that division is a no-brainer, but I can't say that. I can't say it. The second best team in that division is the Seahawks. And like I said earlier, I'm not big on the Seahawks, but I'm watching them out the corner of my eye because here's the thing. They're in the middle of a rebuild. But they making rebuilding look like listen.
Especially if Geno Smith.
Geno Smith, that time I heard Geno Smith, he got his jaw broke off. But by the dude in his locker room.
I forgot about Geno Smith.
I thought he retired.
I thought, I did too. I haven't heard outside of last year. I didn't hear anything since he's been drafted, and he was drafted by the Jets.
He was drafted by the Jets,
and I haven't heard anything else about him.
See, you got to look at the camera weird. He was drafted by the Jets, the same team that drafted Mark Sanchez. But we can talk about that. But okay, this is how I set it up. By default, I got the 49ers winning division. Cause I like the way their team is set up.
Either they're gonna have it's a battle between Trey Lance and Brock.
That's it. That's it. And this series, this division right here, is gonna take it back, honestly, about 7 or 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago now. Yeah, it was 10 years since Seattle last won a Super Bowl, and you know how intense that rivalry was. Good, we ain't even gonna go down that road. Yeah. But now, like I said, I wish I could say it's a no-brainer though, but I can't do it. San Fran got the tools, but they don't have the quarterback that I'm comfortable with yet.
I think they'll struggle early on in the season until they find what quarterback they're going to feel comfortable with the most.
Right.
I like both. I think both of them bring a different, thing to the game.
They bring a different flavor to the game, Now, but I want everybody, and you can say you heard it here first. Be on the lookout for them Seahawks though, and Geno Smith. Like I said, they're rebuilding, but they're really bucking the system. Like rebuilding ain't supposed to look like that. I've been watching football since I was a youngin', a toddler almost. And when you saw a team rebuild at best 7-9, you know what I'm saying? Big ups to Pete Carroll. A rebuild should not look like that, but I like what they're doing. So, Seattle, I'm watching y'all. It wouldn't shock me. It would not shock me at all if San Fran wins like 11 games. Seattle can win 12 and win the West.
I got the 49ers repeating that division again. I got them copy and paste the same record that they had last year. 13-4.
Yeah.
I got Seattle coming in second, going 8-9. Seattle is going to play tough, I think, towards mid-season.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, anytime you either got to go there, they're a scary team to face later on in the year. Mm-hmm. Rams coming third, 7-10.
I had them 5-12.
5-12. I got the Cardinals. Y'all gonna thank me for this. Y'all gonna get the number 1 pick next year. I got them winning 2 games.
Okay, we neighbors now. We back neighbors now. I got to win in 3, so we neighbors now. Go ahead.
2-15 for the Cardinals, man. The guy doesn't study. No, this time.
He a beast in Madden though.
Yeah, he nice. I mean, he was. I was somewhat of a Kyler Murray fan when he first got in the league, and then
because he's a little guy.
He's a little guy.
The last little guy that did something was Drew Brees.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, he's a little guy and he's our guy. Yeah. So I want to see what Brock can do.
They're gonna thank me for this. They're gonna get the first round pick
all day.
on the
Oh,
on the
dang.
draft next year. 2 games, literally. I don't see them winning a lot of games. I see them losing a lot of games.
Right.
They don't have anything. I mean,
They're so even their uniform. You know they changed their uniforms, right? They've been having those same uniforms since 2006, 7ish. So they finally they just as boring.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to be, boring. I mean, Hollywood Brown, hey, you should have stayed over him.
Should have stayed in Baltimore.
You should have stayed him.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead. I think we done covered everybody in the NFC.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and jump over to the AFC. We're going to start with the East first. Now, this the one I feel like we're going to move in different states on this one. Because right now, I'm high on the Jets.
Woo!
I'm high on the Jets.
No.
I got them narrowly. I got them beating Buffalo for the division title by a game.
Oh, wow.
12 wins to 11 wins, respectively. Miami Dolphins, they're going to be a wild card team. They're going to finally put it together. They ain't going to the Super Bowl, though. I got them winning 10 games. All because of their quarterback. Tua, if they keep him upright, that might go up to 11.
You got the Dolphins winning 10 games?
I got the Dolphins winning 10.
Wow.
New England, they are in new territory, just like Green Bay. Those storied franchises, you know, they falling by the wayside now. But I got them winning 8 games because I am not what's his name, Mac Jones. I don't like him. You know, I don't see the allure Bill Belichick has with Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. That's his type of quarterback.
Yes, man.
I mean, he's yeah.
What kind? I mean, he don't have any type of vocal.
He can't say nothing.
Yeah, he's just going there.
The only thing I can't say it was Mac Jones' fault. I'm not going to blame him for this.
No.
Is the fact that now Bill Belichick arguably is the greatest coach of our time.
Yeah.
Scandal aside, I'm gonna keep it purely football.
Cool.
He's the greatest coach of this time. My problem with Belichick was his personnel on the coaching staff. How you gonna have a defensive coordinator calling offensive plays?
Mm-hmm.
Now I get it. Matt Patricia was a head coach.
Maybe it's the reverse psychology. You know the defense, so you kind of know how to confuse defenses. Because he was a former defensive coordinator.
Well, he sure did a good job.
He did not do it.
All right, so let me give you my rationale from New York, then I'll let you have it. The Jets went 7-10
last year
with the worst possible quarterback situation and still won 7 games. On top of Breece Hall being out for 10. Now, like we said, we was talking about the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers gutted the Green Bay Packers and brought his boys with him.
Yep.
On top of their defense, I like the Jets defense, to be honest. With Sauce Gardner, them boys, I like them. And then I forget their wide receiver. See, I think Gardner Johnson. I think that's his name. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But dude can ball. So you got that on top of Aaron Rodgers and bringing a few of his pieces there. I can see them winning 12 games easily. But it's not a cakewalk. The AFC as a whole is not a cakewalk. The biggest disappointment in that division, in my opinion, and I really feel like Miami can flip-flop with them this year, is the Bills. To me, they're disappointing.
I could go for that.
Because
they have a lot of stuff over there that is not being utilized in the correct ways.
It's like you have the weapon,
definitely,
but you have the wrong ammo.
Yeah,
You're trying to put a 30-06 bullet in a 9mm. It ain't gonna work. So, honestly, saying it now before kickoff, that I really feel like Miami and Buffalo can possibly switch. I really feel like Buffalo can slide down the totem pole. And I still ain't forgave him for losing to the Bengals.
Well, Cincinnati plays them great. I mean, honestly, I don't think
they play all the top teams great, to be honest.
They do.
Like,
I got the Bills winning that division again. 11-6.
I can't do it, man.
11.
We was neighbors.
Josh Allen and everything. They play great regular season football. They really do. It's just when it's time to, like, they played the Dolphins last year in the playoffs. They let the Dolphins stick around. I mean, and they're divisional. Anytime you play somebody 3 times outside of those 2 that you already got to play,
yeah, you really can't fault them.
You can't fault them. Yeah. But like you said, they're disappointing. They really are.
Yeah, huge disappointment to me.
Here's where I think people is going to probably look at me a little strange. But I got the Patriots.
Are you serious?
Coming second. Marginally 10-7. Strictly because of Bill Belichick. He's going to make he's gonna make it his business to keep his team somewhat relevant in this division.
Oh, okay.
I think so. And then the Jets. Yes, they have Aaron Rodgers. I understand. But I really do.
To me, they got the best team.
They got Aaron Rodgers. I understand that. They went 7-10. I think Aaron Rodgers win them 2 more games, and they go 9-8. They potentially sneak in the wild card, which is scary.
No! You win 9 games. Not the way this AFC going. No. Please forgive me for cutting you off, but 9 wins.
They might sneak in the wild card. Though I can see them sneaking in the wild card and pulling somebody's upset, like the Bills. I feel like if they was to play the Bills first, they could beat the Bills. Right. I just think right now it's a lot of hype with Aaron Rodgers. It really is. Go ahead. He's a great quarterback. We all know about the bad Aaron Rodgers. We know. I get it. But this is new for him and them. And
I get that.
And right away, I don't think they're going to be... It's going to take a while. I see them maybe getting in groove around week 6, week 7-ish. Week 5, between week 5 week 6.
Well, see, there your 5 losses right there.
Well, not saying that they'll lose, but I think they go 9-8, and I think the Dolphins go 8-9. I'm not really. I mean, last year
Dolphins going 8-9.
Last year, I think the Dolphins ruined everything they could have potentially had last year.
Yes, they squandered
by sacrificing Tua, which I really did not agree with. I think he should have sued the entire NFL and all the doctors that they ever had in the past, future.
But he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
I ain't mad at him.
I mean, they still do have Tyreek Hill, who's been balling since he got in the league. I did not know that, but
yeah,
he has been.
Tyreek Hill was like that. Like,
yeah, I didn't know. I didn't really know much about Tyreek Hill until that dynasty started with Kansas
City.
But no, he's been consistent since he's been in.
He's like the new Mike Evans. I'm being real.
Yeah. But yeah, I got them coming last, 8-9. Jets coming third. Pats coming second. And the Bills winning that division again. I think they're just going to be the team that has the most chemistry to start off. All these guys outside of the Bills really don't have much chemistry. And I think that's what it really matters starting early on.
I can make a case for Miami.
Miami?
They got a year in the bag. It don't take you long to get chemistry.
To win games, I think so.
I mean, Miami did all right last year. Even with the ups and downs, they did okay. That's why I said if they take care of Tua, Miami could be second in this division, man. Like, see, we was neighbors.
We was
neighbors, man. You done went on and moved on down the street, boy. I tell you, let me on my lonesome. Boy, let's see if we can come back and move back in the same neighborhood. AFC South. Now,
boring.
I beg to differ.
AFC South?
AFC South is going to make for good football, but not winning football. Because the Jacksonville Jaguars are that team that's going to win that division.
I concur to that.
10-7.
Okay, we got the same
10-7. Tennessee Titans, 7-10. Don't believe in Tannehill, bruh. And Derrick Henry, getting some tread on the tires there.
Yeah.
Tread wearing off.
Yeah.
The tires getting slick. You can't try slick tires in the snow.
We got D-Hop. How you feel about that?
Anyway. They got D-Hop. What version of D-Hop did they get, though?
D coming off injury, D-Hop.
I got a feeling D-Hop gonna miss like 6 games. I think he go. I don't think his body can hold up to it no more. But then again, the catalyst of that offense is Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Even though the tread is running kind of thin.
Yeah.
Past couple of seasons, he been banged up. But I still got them winning 7 games. That's respectable. Based on that division. Indianapolis, I got them winning 6 games. This year. But I do feel like
that's good for them. They went 4-12 last year.
Yeah, they're gonna improve by 2 games. And I'm not saying it because I'm an Indianapolis hater, but I'm just giving you real what I think is gonna happen. I like the quarterback that they picked up, but I don't think it's going to translate well yet because I got a feeling they're going to thrust him into the starting position as opposed. If I had a quarterback like that, I'm gonna let him sit. I don't care how bad the season going. Okay, we're going to sit. Maybe we give you a few reps at the end of the game or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know about that quarterback. Because if you remember, he came with this was around the combine time. That's when he came on, and that's when he started getting notoriety. Houston, they're gonna be the bottom feeder of all bottom feeders. They're gonna win 5 games this year. And that's slightly better than what they did last year. The best move that out of any team in that division was Jacksonville fired Urban Meyer. I thought Urban Meyer was going to kind of translate a little bit better, but he disappointed us.
Yeah, I concur with you with the Jags winning 10 games, so they go 10-7. I got the Titans going 8-9.
Oh. 1 game.
I have the Texans going 7-10.
Wait a minute now. I thought you was moving back in.
I got them improving by 4 games.
Okay.
And I got the Colts being last going 5-12.
So we similar. But, we a little similar. We all right. Here we go. This is the one that's gonna be funny right here. I'm gonna try my best not to spend that much time on this AFC North.
Oh, you should have saved them for last.
Okay, well, all right, let's move on. All right, we can come back to them.
Yeah, let's go to the AFC West.
Yeah, let's go to the West. All right, usual suspects. Chiefs, they're going to go 12-5, in my opinion. They are the most complete team in that division. They're coming off a Super Bowl win. Yes, everybody is going to be gunning for them, but everybody has been gunning for them for the past 5 years, and they got shot down. The Chargers.
But nobody, what number 1 receiver?
No number 1 receiver whatsoever.
And a rookie running back.
The only team, and I got even though I don't like y'all, I can't stand y'all because y'all just got this newfound fame and you running your mouth. The Bengals, I got to give you your credit though, because y'all know how to play them. I don't know what it is, but y'all know how to play them.
Yeah, something like that.
But let me see. All right, the Chargers, I got them winning 11 games, narrowly missing out 11. Denver, I seen videos on YouTube saying Denver could be a dark horse Super Bowl team. Nah, I can't see it. Not even with Russell Wilson. That's my only complaint.
It's gonna be a different Russ though. It's gonna be a different Russ.
Man, Sean Payton got to clean up a year's worth of trouble.
Yeah, he does. But it's gonna be more pass heavy. I think it's gonna be a heavier pass heavy offense,
and that's not gonna be good for Russ. Here's why. Let's go back to, what is it, Super Bowl 49? Yeah. Super Bowl 49. That was the one before the Panthers.
Oh, okay.
The infamous Super Bowl. 2-yard line. Patriots and Seahawks. 2-yard line. You give Marshawn Lynch the ball, he take it home. Oh, you blame it on Pete Carroll. Last year, Denver played, I forget who they played, but it was on Thursday Night Football. They was within the 5-yard line. And what does he do? What does Russell Wilson do? You can run the ball because the way the defense was set up, your running back could have got that. It's 5 yards. This man threw a pick. Could have won the game, but lost. So it's because of Russell Wilson and and his ineptitude on what to do when you are right there threatening to score. 7 wins. The Raiders, they got. Didn't they get Jimmy Garoppolo?
No, I didn't know anything about that.
I think they picked up Jimmy Garoppolo as the quarterback to pair it with Josh McDaniels. Oh, so Josh trying to make New England West. 5 wins.
Yeah.
5 wins. Even though I kind of like their defense, but 5 wins.
They got a good team. Somewhat.
But see, Kansas City, best team in football. Honestly, they're kind of favorite to win the Super Bowl again.
Yep.
They lost some key veterans.
I've tried to doubt these guys.
You can't.
But
you
can't.
They hoisted the Lombardi with a team that was a shell of his team. That's crazy. And I'm not saying that in disrespect to Kansas City. They was a shell of themselves, meaning they ain't had the firepower that they had when they first won the Super Bowl.
Right.
And still won the Super Bowl. Yep. The Chargers are what I like to call an enigma. They look the part, but they just cannot get out of their own way.
Yep.
They can't do it. They got Kellen Moore as their offensive coordinator, but I still can't see Justin Herbert, who signed a monster deal. I think it was last week, a week before last one. Signed a monster deal. I can't see him beating the Chiefs twice or 3 times. I can't see it. They've come close. I give them that. I give the Chargers that. They've came close. Sometimes they did it. But to do it in the playoffs, I don't see that happening. The Chiefs are a different animal until a team can dominate the Chiefs. Meaning,
not so much of what they have is just they just know how to win.
They know how to execute, and they execute in excellence.
Once they got number 15 and 87 out that well.
It's hey, that's all you need. They
Travis and Patrick, but they could.
Man, this dude got juju a ring. That should tell you something. Yeah. This dude won a ring on one leg, so I got to get a man his credit.
I concur with the Chiefs being the winner. I got them. They went 14-3 last year. I don't think they'll have that type of season.
I got them 12-5.
I got them 13-4.
Yeah, one game.
One game.
Oh my goodness.
I'm big on the Broncos. I'm not gonna lie. I think Sean Payton will change the mentality of Sierra's husband. I think he's gonna play a little bit more of better football. I like Sean Payton.
Sierra's husband.
He sort of molded Drew Brees a tad. Drew Brees was already set to go.
Drew Brees was like that when he came.
He was already set to go when he got there. But it's Bill Belichick. It's Bill Belichick and Tom. It's Mike Tomlin and Ben. And it's Sean Payton and Drew Brees. The most wins quarterback coach wins in NFL. Yeah. So with that being said, I think they improved by 5 games. They went 5-12 last year. I think they go 10-6. I think they're gonna win 5 games. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how.
Hey, look,
I got the Chargers. Now, if y'all want to go back to when we did do the predictions for the AFC West, this is one of the divisions that I was very high on last year.
We both were, but then it became disappointing.
But the Chargers are going 8-9. I understand you got Joey Bosa. I understand you got Khalil Mack. You had those same 2 pieces last year. You did really spot. Nothing with it.
But lose to Jacksonville.
I think they go 8-9, man. Like you said, they cannot get out of their own way. It's a lot of other things I think that should be fixed in with the Chargers. Justin Herbert is good at times.
Yeah, he got flashes.
He got flashes here and there, but with this division, you don't have time for flashes.
No, you got to go.
You got to go ahead and get it, especially when you playing Patrick Mahomes and then twice. Yes. I mean, it's big. And I got the Raiders going 6-11, the same exact record they had last year. I understand they got Jimmy. Jimmy's always just been a great game manager. They're probably gonna run Josh Jacobs in the ground just like they did with Christian McCaffrey.
In Carolina, yeah.
In Carolina, and whoever their running back was when he was with the 49ers. They ran the ball a lot. They had Debo running the ball, which he can do. But I got them winning 6 games. Coming last. Chargers coming third. Broncos coming second. And the Chiefs winning that division once again, probably pushing for another Super Bowl.
Of course.
For the number 1 seed.
Oh, yes.
Last but not least, that AFC North.
AFC North. This was hard. This was hard because I had to put fandom down.
Yeah, me too.
And look at how it, in my opinion, how it's going to go. Now, I got everybody with a winning record. Everybody will have a winning record. I have the Cincinnati Bengals edging out the Ravens for the division. It's gonna come down to that last game. It always does. I feel like Cincinnati Baltimore is becoming what Pittsburgh Baltimore was.
Exactly. That's hurt. That hurts.
But honestly though, if I can do a sidebar on nothing like Baltimore, Tennessee, but we'll talk about that later on. All right. Got Baltimore and Cincinnati having the same record, 11-6. Cleveland.
What?
I got them going 10-7.
Oh no.
And I got Pittsburgh with 9-8.
Oh no.
Listen.
There ain't no way.
Look.
Cleveland
Cleveland and Pittsburgh could flip flop.
It ain't no way.
I'm not sleeping.
What?
I said it's a winning record. Look, y'all love y'all. Look, hold up. Y'all Clay the favorites. Y'all had a losing season about 15 years. And y'all ain't gonna get the losing season now.
19 seasons.
19 good guys. It's older than some kids. But still, let me get my rationale. All right, so the argument for Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, he recently said that the championship window is open as long as he's a quarterback. Do I think he's going to get that championship? No. I heard it's Achilles. Yeah. It's partially torn. There's long-term questions about how they're going to keep that core together.
Long-term?
Long-term.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Long-term.
Somebody leaving.
Somebody got to go.
Somebody got to go, and I think it's going to be Jamar Chase.
I think it's going to be T. Higgins first.
Oh, they can't get rid of T. Get rid of T.
T is actually your dog.
That's what I mean.
I'm actually a fan of T. Higgins. It's I look at T. Higgins like I used to look at AB. Like, why we can't have that? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Now that's pushing.
No. I'm not comparing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying as far as the talent for that particular team.
Oh, yeah.
So there's questions about how they're going to keep that core together.
Yeah, somebody.
Now their offense could be better this year.
Possibly. Yeah.
But my only concern. One is the health of Joe Burrow, because some Cincinnati fans is like pushing it to the side, whatever. But they lost Jesse Bates. Yep. They lost Von Bell.
Hayden Hurst.
And they lost Hayden Hurst, which I was, because he said Hayden Hurst, he was an enigma too, because we drafted him the same year we drafted, that was the year before. It was the year before we drafted Lamar, I believe. Oh, did they come in the same year? No, they came in the same year because we got him first. We got Lamar at the end of the first round. And then we got Mark Andrews second round. All right. Hayden Hurst didn't, yeah. But Hayden Hurst didn't pan out because nobody expected Mark Andrews to just go. And so he requested to be traded him. But they did work in their offensive line because Joe Burrow was getting hit a lot. Now, they worked on it, but I'm not convinced with Orlando Brown Jr. Baby Zeus is what we call him. To me, he's more on the right side of the offensive line as opposed to left tackle. Left tackle is possibly the most important position outside the center because he protects that blind side. He protects them goons from coming to get you. Yeah. But my only thing is, I don't think the Chiefs are going to make it back to the Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to make it back to the championship game.
Who, Kansas?
No, not the Chiefs. I'm sorry. I meant the Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
That's how we just talked about.
No. Look. I am not going to besmirch the name of the Chiefs.
I ain't messing with y'all.
I don't want no smoke from the Chiefs. The Chief Kingdom.
Yeah.
You remember the last episode of Super Bowl and them boys that was in there hard. Now I don't want none of that on my head. But I don't see. I see Cincinnati improving offensively, but defensively, I really feel like that's where they're gonna take that hit, and that's why I don't feel like they're going to really go far in the playoffs. But I feel like they're going to win the North. My case for the Ravens. First of all, Greg Roman is gone. And we brought in Todd Monken. Now, I did some research on Todd Monken. He came from Georgia by way of Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fun fact, he was the Tampa Bay Buccaneer offensive coordinator when what's his name? Crab Legs. Jameis Winston went 30 for 30.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But the stat line was amazing. Dude threw for almost a mile.
Yeah.
So, and I'm anxious to see. I mean, we already know what Lamar Jackson is. We ain't got to go through all that. I'm anxious to see what's going to be unlocked. Because when we have a healthy Lamar Jackson, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
The proof is in the pudding.
And to be quite frank, Cincinnati got lucky
last
year.
They did.
And they wasn't even, I wouldn't even say lucky, because Tyler Huntley fumbled the ball at the goal line.
He did.
So if y'all would have scored a touchdown,
they would have
beat. Y'all would have beat Cincinnati. Lamar Jackson probably would have pushed his way back, even if he didn't feel good.
Right.
He probably came back and played that next game. Really, Cincinnati got lucky last year.
Cincinnati has been living on luck for the past few years.
Because either the Steelers are not where they should be, or however.
And it's either the Steelers ain't where they should be, or where
the Ravens banged up,
or we injured.
Yep.
So it's okay. See, one thing about a family. See, everybody in the North, we hate each other. We got sibling rivalry, but we also a family. So ever so often, little brother is going to show his tail. So let him have their fun. Let them keep getting embarrassed.
Yeah.
And then they're going
to last for long, because I think this coming up off season next year, we'll be seeing like their offense is going to devalue a lot. Somebody got to go. It's not enough money to go around.
And everybody knows that their owner, Mike Brown, is historically cheap.
Yes.
It's unnecessarily
unless
cheap.
they do the Patriot way and everybody take pay cuts just so you can get that ring, which I don't see Cincinnati being. They Super Bowl contenders.
They are. I got to give it to them. They are.
But I don't see them winning the Super Bowl anytime soon. I just don't think it's their time.
It's not their time yet. I feel like at some point, though, in all honesty, they're going to break through.
Yeah,
I feel like they're going to break through because that team is too talented. Maybe about
depending on the roster.
Depending on what's going to happen after Burrow get paid, and of course, I forgot they lost Joe Mixon too. But no, was it Joe Mixon? No, that P. Ryan dude, the dude with the beard.
Oh yeah.
I liked him better than Mixon, to be honest.
I like Joe. I don't know.
But that was a sidebar. It just jumped in my head. It depends on where that team is going to go once that money start coming into play.
Yeah.
Let me talk about Cleveland for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know how you got Cleveland. I'm
gonna tell you why. So in 2020, Deshaun Watson's last good year, if he returns to that 112.4 quarterback rating he had, and the way the Browns roster, I mean, we can. So it's like we can still joke with the Browns, but we can't joke with the Browns no more. Because you got to look at them now. You got to look at them. And honestly, we had to look at the Browns since Baker Mayfield, to be honest. They're on the right path of having winning football. I ain't going to say playoff football yet, 'cause I ain't going to give them all that. But winning football. If Deshaun Watson, minus all the stuff that he got going on or had going on, if he gets to that 112.4 QB rating that he had in 2020 with the Texans, the Cleveland Browns can spoil somebody Christmas.
Oh yeah. Now I feel like if anybody in that division, whoever, has to play the Browns for a playoff contention, if that'll be lethal. Like Cincinnati. Cincinnati played them last week. Hopefully, Lord's will, Cincinnati should already be in position where they need to be. But if they not, it's going to be bad. So I do see them being spoiler.
Yeah.
But honestly, with the divisions that we I'm gonna let you go ahead.
And I'm gonna be quick. I promise. I promise you. Let me go. Let me get to your guys, the Steelers. Now, y'all avoided the losing season, despite TJ Watt missing 7 games. That's a huge accomplishment because other teams would have crumbled. Because again, y'all had, for the first part of last year, y'all had a revolving door of quarterbacks, and then y'all settled on your rookie, and he did pretty good, honestly. He threw a lot of interceptions, but he's a rookie. You know, you're coming in and pretty much getting that experience. Now he has that experience now, and y'all did improve that offensive line.
Yes, we did.
Y'all did do that, and shored up the weakness on defense, and y'all weakness was the secondary. And linebacker, Lord have mercy. Now, only thing that's going against y'all right now, and honestly, I could easily give y'all 10 wins this year, but y'all may narrowly miss out on that 10th win. The biggest thing y'all have going against y'all, and it's the AFC as a whole. The AFC is top heavy. The AFC is ridiculous now. Hey, it's gonna be a dogfight out there.
Oh yeah. They didn't put Aaron Rodgers in the AFC, man. Good God.
Yeah.
We got a lot of. The AFC is stacked.
Yes, it's the toughest conference. It's gonna be like that for the next few years.
It's tough.
Yeah.
We got Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers. We got Tua. You know, we got a few people that's, on the rise. We got Trevor Lawrence out there.
Yes.
Then in just our division alone, we got two.
Joe.
We got Joe and Lamar, Kenny and Deshaun.
Deshaun is
whatever.
Again.
Kenny, we still looking at.
Yeah.
But yeah, just with those, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be tough sledding.
It's gonna be really tough.
Sledding. But I got Cincinnati. That's why if the playoff picture was to end like I got it right now for the AFC, I got Cincinnati and the Chiefs tying for the number 1 seed. So I got Cincinnati going 13-4. When I did this prediction, when I did the predictions for AFC North, Joe had just got injured with a calf injury.
I said I waited till after training camp. See,
so I was like, I was on. Matter of fact, I was on the phone with my boy James covering the AFC North. I was like, I got to make the predictions as if Joe was there, being healthy.
Yeah.
If he's not there, it's going to be a lot of trouble in Cincinnati. But I think they win that division 13-4. I got the Ravens coming 11-6.
Yeah, this was.
I'm excited to see. Well, never mind. I take me out the equation.
Yeah,
People are excited to see OBJ in purple and black. If he plays,
I'm more excited to see Zay Flowers. By the way,
I'm excited to see because he said that he had a relationship with Lamar and everything. We did see a good version of Odell in that Super Bowl before he got injured. He
that
probably
terrible
won,
field, man.
He probably would have won doggone. Well, I don't know, MVP, maybe not.
He put out a tweet the other day saying he could have caught like 15 passes with over 200. The way he was going, I believe it.
Yep. If he can stay healthy, which is his biggest concern, that's probably why the Ravens gave him the deal that they did. We got to see whether he can stay healthy first. But one of the main things that Baltimore struggled with was having a receiver outside of Mark Andrews, who's not even classified as a receiver, but he got hands like one.
I mean, he's probably the second best tight end in the conference.
Under
Kelsey.
Yep. So I got y'all going 11-6. I got my boys going 10-7.
I knew y'all could flip flop, man.
Last year we did not score a lot of points. We scored like 18 points a game, which was bad. Our offensive line had a complete rookie offensive line from top to bottom. Offensive line. We done buffered our defense up some for the simple. I think for the simple fact we know that we're gonna have a few hiccups on offense. Now if we do like we did against the Bucks, first possession, going down the field and scoring, we may be a strong contender in this division. But right now,
y'all gonna be a strong contender anyway because we see you twice a year.
Yeah, but right now I got us going 10-7, beating the Browns by 2 games. I got the Browns going 8-9, man. I just don't. I'm sorry, man. I mean, Deshaun Watson.
I could give him 9-8 though, to be real.
Yeah, 9-8. 9-8 is cool. 8-9 is better to me, anyways.
for me, for Cleveland, best case scenario, 10-7. Worst case, not winning nothing at all. No, I'll take that back. Maybe like 5 or some change.
I'm just not. Deshaun Watson really hasn't played a lot of football.
That's true.
The disappointment that I had, that I was kind of disappointed and just baffled about, he was suspended 11 games last year. 11. So you have all the offseason and an extra 11 games into the regular season, and he still played like dog trash. He played like complete garbage. He played like complete garbage. The Browns remind me so much of Tennessee. Yeah. They're going to rely so much on Nick Chubb, which he's a great running back, just like Derrick Henry. But if he so happened to slip up and get injured, or they start playing from behind and Deshaun Watson actually have to play quarterback, I don't think they'll have much success.
And I get what you're saying, but the thing we are forgetting when it comes down to Deshaun Watson is that this dude was balling.
He was fine. I understand that he was balling before all this other stuff started to happen.
He messed around and played touch me, tease me a couple times.
The way the game is now, outside of last year, we didn't see him 2 years.
That is true.
2 years.
That's true.
So I haven't seen Deshaun Watson play a full season of football. And I think, I don't know whether I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't think he's been dealing with any injuries or anything.
No, he's just been out.
But that's a lot.
That's why I said if he can return to form,
I don't think he can.
Cleveland can have a shot
to be dog fight over the division.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I just don't. I don't think so. It's not. Yeah. It's just not the same. It's not the same. Right now we got the high rolling Bengals. The Ravens supposed to have been at least in 2 AFC championship games in the past 3 seasons.
I agree.
Only thing that's been holding the Ravens back is injuries. That's it. Injuries. Without you take those injuries away, we possibly could have been talking about the Ravens being in the Super Bowl, especially last year.
Honestly, we could have been saying Ravens Chiefs every year.
Ravens Chiefs. Yep.
But because not only injuries held us back, it was the ineptitude of the offensive coordinator who could not game plan, situational football.
So it's scary. It's a scary division. Anytime I feel like if everybody in this division has a healthy roster, it's going to be a dogfight for sure. It's going to be a dogfight. I think that's every year. I think we were more of the most consistent divisions in the NFL as far as everybody being relevant. And I think it was the year before last, we had 3 teams going to playoffs in one division. So it's a dogfight regardless. This division beats on each other from start to finish. But I'm just not a big believer in Cleveland. I like Deshaun. I used to like Deshaun when he was with Houston.
Yeah.
He has I know he can play ball. I understand that. But the division is pretty much already
it's stacked up against them.
Stacked.
That's why I got them coming in third with the record they coming in. But like I said though, honestly, y'all, Pittsburgh and Cleveland can flip flop, honestly. Because one thing I learned about the AFC North as a whole, you really can't count nobody out.
Nope.
Regardless of where they are. You cannot count them out. I feel like the AFC North has arguably the best coaching.
Yeah.
I have now. Only thing about Kevin Stefanski, though, I really feel like he's on the hot seat right now. I feel like Stefanski is on the hot seat. I don't know why, but I feel like he's up there. But like you said, it's gonna be a toss up.
I think the Steelers will do enough to beat out the Browns.
Yeah, and Cincinnati is the team to beat in the North right now.
Cincinnati is sadly the team to beat.
Yeah,
in the North.
Finally,
but I would not be surprised if those Ravens. I'm telling y'all, if they can stay healthy and somehow get this offense to revolve around maybe OBJ being a distraction, maybe him running a lot of drags and a lot of slants and stuff like that. Mark Andrews is probably still going to be the number one target on that offense, but it helps a lot when you can have hopefully a healthy OBJ on that team. And they have a few other pieces as well, but that OBJ signing was somewhat of I don't understand Baltimore as far as receivers.
Hey, I'm a fan. I still don't understand it.
You know, OBJ is good. He has a lot of injury history, which is scary to me.
Yeah, to be true.
It all matters if those guys can go out there and stay healthy, even down to the defense.
Yeah.
The defense has been intact for the last 10 plus years now. That team really doesn't change a lot, but if they stay healthy, I would not be surprised if the Ravens just win this division and the Bengals come second. And I'll still put my Steelers third because it's going to be, right now, we're focused on, and this is just inside from the training camps and everything I've been looking at. We're focusing more on getting the ball down the field because we have not been doing that. In the latter years of Big Ben, we could not push the ball down the field. With the rookie signing, with the rookie Kenny Pickett, we could not score points. And with Cincinnati
was giving the ball away.
And Cincinnati and Baltimore and Chiefs and Bills and Jets now having Aaron Rodgers, who is a scoring, be a long shootout any given day. Oh, yeah. This AFC thing, whoever comes out of AFC and goes to Super Bowl, they able to score because they're
able to score, and they will possibly be a bad mamma jamma. The reckon.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens win the AFC though.
Yeah,
right now we got Cincinnati just because they are the team to beat.
Yeah,
but they can be beat.
Trust and believe they can be beat.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, good show, man, good show. So again, thank y'all for tuning in, and all the social media stuff is down there in the bottom. It's been out there the whole time, so check us out. And if you like the show, please leave a comment, and also subscribe. Tell your mama and them. And for the Bad Boy Sports Podcast, it's your man Fonz. And we out.